So I haven't posted anything in a really long time. I haven't had a good place with good bandwidth that I could really upload any videos. So there's been a lot going on with the Beetle. I thought I would just send an update and just kind of go over what I've done. It's been probably a year and a half of working on this car. So I'm just gonna do a single edit here, hopefully make this kind of small and get it uploaded. So started with the front, started the wheels. I put disc brakes on. The wheels were sitting out a little far, so those are 4.5-inch wide slotted wheels. The rear are 5.5-inch. So smaller wheels up front. They're also just a 165, but it gets the wheel inside the fender. In about the same area, put a electric fuel pump in. Kind of sits in behind the, if you've ever seen the inside of the wheel well, it's kind of straight inside there. Electric fuel pump, 3.5 to 4 psi for the new engine. Yeah, so the whole up front's new, steering knuckles. I've gone over that stuff before, but everything except the tie rods really is new. Drop spindles, disc brakes, steering stabilizer, all hard new hard brake lines, new master cylinder, brake light sensor. Anything you can think of up front is new. Might as well pop the hood. Added some new wires for a few things. I don't think I made it any more messy, but that could be cleaned up. I'll show you the new gauges that I added. Oh yeah, new steering box too. Everything on the steering column is new except the steering column. I think steering is pretty good right now. I think that's most of the upfront stuff. Going around to the back, all new emergency brake cables, new hard lines for the brakes all the way back. You can see in there, that's the spring plate bushings. I took the cap off, painted that. So yeah, new rear torsion arm or spring plate bushings, painted the spring plates. Let's see what else is underneath. I can't think of anything right now. I took the rear bumper off. The rear bumper's kind of gaudy. I don't know, gaudy, but about 50 pounds of pitted chrome. So I took the bumper off, added T-bars. I kind of like that look. And notice too, added standoffs. It was running kind of hot. I still need to do some things with my gauges, but this should help it run a little cooler. This year, Beetle does not have any louvers on the rear. I think the rear is looking pretty good. Engine is in. It's a 2276 cc engine, Engel FK8 cam. Dual Webers. Runs really nice. I'll start it up so you can hear it. See the wires. There's added temperature, oil temperature, oil pressure. Probably going to move the oil pressure to the top of the oil filter adapter. I can show you that underneath. It has the external oil filter. You can see the blank for the fuel pump because I have electric fuel pump now, which is up front, so that's just blanked out. Let's see what else I can show you here. I think that's that. Looking underneath, if you can see, there is the external oil filter adapter. The brackets provided by CB Performance, that worked out really well. But from what I read, the best place to pick up oil temperature. It's right at the top of that thing, so I'll tap it and put another sensor there. It's pretty much anything I could touch on the car I did. It's either new or refurbished. Rear stayed with the drum brakes, but totally overhauled the drum brakes. Everything in there is new. Got them cleaned up really good. So this has a new, you saw the engine, basically a new engine. Transmission, same thing. Overhauled transmission, stock gears, stock gearing, 412 ring and pinion, welded third and fourth, and a heavy duty side cover. Yeah, there's not much to see under here except it's really clean. Axles were of course off. Had the axles sandblasted and painted. You see fuel filter there. So 2 fuel filters. 1 fuel filter going into the fuel pump, 1 fuel filter going into the engine. You can see all the hard lines, kinda. So, of course, new shocks, new bolts on the spring plate. I have an appointment to get this really well aligned, get a really good alignment for it. I just did it by hand. I did it with a string, just the toe. And I've been to the drag strip with it. I've gone 85, it goes straight, handles good. But before I go much faster, I want to make sure I have a really good alignment. Oh yeah, one other thing up front, there is a, what do you call it? Caster shims. I don't know if you can see those. Yeah, you actually can. Caster shims on the front beam. If you lower the car, that really helps a lot with the handling and the wandering, because lowering the car really changes the caster. So that's good. See, what else can I say about mechanically? Blew out the fuel line. Didn't replace the hard fuel line, but I did run acetone through it. So I had a big list. I pretty much did everything I could do to the car. If you saw the other videos, fenders were off. Did not take the body off, but everything I could get to has been touched, cleaned, and replaced. The windows even go down now, so that's pretty cool. Inside, new steering wheel. You can see the gauges. There's my temperature, pressure, added attack. I have 2 holes. I'm going to probably put in cylinder head temperature and waiting on a voltage gauge. I might run oil temperature from the engine where I have it currently, and oil temperature from the oil filter adapter instead of cylinder head temperature. We'll see. Yeah, new steering wheel. There's my power for the electric fuel pump. USB charger, because nowadays, yeah, you can't live without that. All the carpet's out. I'm looking at carpet right now. Fire extinguisher is a must. I really like that. I didn't do anything really inside except adjust the seats so they move now. You can see under there, new battery tie down. I went to the drag strip and I had not had a tie down on the battery, so that was the one thing that they noted, one thing they docked me on, but they're cool about it. I don't know if anything else is going in here. Oh, this is kind of cool. So I have tow lights, and I added this so you can't see it in the engine compartment because I Velcro it in right there. And then I can run the tow lights. They're magnetic, they stick to the back, and I can run the cable all the way through the front, out the bottom of the, under the hood in the front, and plug it into the tow vehicle so that the tow wires are all invisible. And I'll probably think of something else, but yeah, all the lights work. Had to replace a couple bulbs, but I think I need to raise the rear an inch. I have a little wheel hop, but that was a lot of work. That was a 1.5 years of kind of obsessive work on the car every night, work in the garage with the fire on. Yeah, so here, let me start it up for you. I'm at high altitude, but it still runs really good up here. When it's cold, it idles really low. Once it gets warm, it idles really good. The cam, I mean, it's a Beetle, and it's you know, it's an air-cooled engine, so it's not going to rumble. But the cam's definitely a little gives it a little rumble. Here we go. So fuel pump on, neutral. There we go. There you go. Like I said, I'll probably think of some things that I didn't mention, but I have to say I'm pretty happy. Having the car apart, having the axles off, engine out, transmission out, kind of nerve-wracking first few drives, but I probably have 200 miles on it. It's been solid. I mean, I screwed up once and the drain plug wasn't tight, but besides that, I haven't had any issues. It's breaking in really well. Like I said, I went to the drag strip. I did 16.2, and I didn't want to push it. I was really happy with that. I thought this summer if I broke 80 miles an hour, I'd be happy. But yeah, that was 85 miles an hour, and yeah, I'm amazed. Like I said, having everything apart, you get these times where you wonder if it's ever going to be back together again. And yeah, it's stressful the first time you take it out. I mean, the first time I put my foot on the clutch after having the engine back in, I was thinking I'd hear something, and the testing just kind of built from there. And yeah, I'm to the point I've been to the store a bunch, and pretty stoked. So that's it. Hoping to get better Wi-Fi and start posting some more videos, and I don't know, there's more to do to it, so hopefully I can share some of that. But there you go. Sorry it's been so long, but yeah, I'm pretty happy camper. Take care. Thanks.